I'm Craig Anderson, a member of our board here at the Unitarian Universalist Church in Reston. Whether you're on Zoom or here in the sanctuary, I'm so glad to see you today. I see we have a lot of guests here today. A special welcome to all of our guests today. No matter how old or young you are, wherever you are in your spiritual journey and however you identify, whomever you love, please know that you're welcome here. I have a few announcements today. First, there's going to be a memorial service for Maxine Joubert on Saturday, May 25th at 1:30 p.m. Here in the UCR Sanctuary. Please note that the time in the e-blast was not correct, so go with this one, 1:30 on May 25th. For those who don't know, Maxine was a very long-standing member here at UCR and quite an influential figure in the history of the church and her participation here over the years. And when I was working on the ministerial search committee many years ago, she actually presented me with a really amazing history of UCR that she had assembled, including letters and notes and digital materials that she'd assembled, and just provided a wonderful record of the history of UCR that I never realized existed, and we still have that today, and that's one of the many things that are part of her legacy here. So I hope you'll consider joining the family for a memorial service and a celebration of life for Maxine on May 25th, 1:30 p.m. Today, also, we're going to have our annual fiscal meeting, the most exciting time of the year, right? Where you get to vote on the budget. I encourage everyone to stay after the service and attend the fiscal meeting today. If you're a member, you can vote on the budget, and we'll ask you to vote on that as well as a new treasurer and some other things. If you're a guest, you're welcome to stay for the meeting, and you can get a little insight into how UCR operates and what the budgets are and kind of how things work around here. So you're welcome to come if you're a guest, you just can't vote. Joanne over here, raise your hand, Joanne. Joanne's going to be collecting signatures, so you have to sign in if you're a member, so we know you're here and we know we have a quorum. This meeting is going to start 15 minutes after the service ends. If you're on Zoom, just stay on Zoom and you'll be in the financial meeting. If you're here in the sanctuary, grab some coffee and maybe a snack and then come on in for the meeting. And then we'll have our Greet Your Neighbor after that. Let's see, the last announcement I have today is we're going to have Reverend Aileen's installation, finally, formally, on June 2nd at 4 p.m. I hope everyone will attend to celebrate the installation of our new settled minister, Reverend Aileen. Please note there will be no morning service that day because all the festivities are in the afternoon. So at this time, please center yourselves for worship. Let's take some deep, quieting breaths while we listen to the prelude this morning.
Wow. Good morning. I am Reverend Aileen Fitzke, and it is my honor to serve this congregation as its minister. Our opening words are by Marilyn Maciel. I, you, us, them, those people. Wouldn't it be lovely if one could live in a constant state of we? Some of the most commonplace words can be some of the biggest dividers. They? What if there was no they? What if there was only us? If words could be seen as they floated out of our mouths, would we feel no shame as they passed beyond our lips? If we were to string our words on a communal clothesline, would we feel proud as our thoughts flapped in the breeze?
Good morning. Our opening hymn today is number 155, Circle Round for Freedom. Please rise in body or spirit and join us in singing. We will sing the hymn through twice.
Our words today are from Lisa Day. What if sometimes it's not about a light in the darkness? What if sometimes it's about sparking potential into possibility and possibility into existence? What if sometimes the flame that burns in the chalice of our faith is nothing less than the ember of hope and nothing more than love set ablaze? What if sometimes all we need do is follow this flame, one among scores, hundreds, thousands of steadily flickering flames across the land and among so many peoples on the way to justice and into the land of peace? What if we dared to kindle that chalice? Let's hope I can.
Here at UUCR, we have a beloved tradition of singing our covenant together every Sunday. Love is the spirit of this church. We will remain seated while we sing our covenant together. And if you are visiting this morning for the first time, please accept this song as our blessing to you.
Now is the time for all ages, so if you're feeling young of body, I invite you to come forward. And wherever you are here or online, I hope you can see the monitor. So find a place where you can see our screen right here because we will have pictures. Our story today is from a picture book, I Am Love, a book of compassion by Susan Verde with art by Peter H. Reynolds. And before I start, I invite us all to take a deep breath in together. Okay, and then release it. When I see someone going through a storm of hurt and unfairness, of anger and sadness, when the sun disappears and the sky grows dark and I see there is fear, I ask myself, what can I do to let the light back in? I put my hands on my heart and listen. And why don't you try that right now? Put your hands on your heart and take another breath. And that is where I find the answer. I have compassion. I act with tenderness. I am love. I can listen and not say a word. I can be there. Love is being present. I can hug and hold and say, everything will be all right. Love is comfort. I can speak softly and choose my words and actions carefully. Love is gentle. I can give thanks for all I have and am able to share. Love is gratitude. I can keep my mind and body safe and healthy. Love is taking care of me. I can express what's important to me. Love is creative. And do you see what happened to the flowers? Someone stepped on them. I can know that no one is perfect. Love is understanding. I can do my best to make things better when something is wrong. Love is effort. I can celebrate those I've loved before. Love is remembering. I can find goodness in a kind word, a helping hand, or a shared smile. Love is tiny gestures. I can breathe in the air the whole world shares and know all creatures are made from the very same stardust. Love is connection. When the clouds roll in for others and for me, I know there is something I can do. I can let my heart lead the way. I am love. You are love. We are love. And with love, we will weather the storm and light up the sky together. And may it be so. We'll now sing the children out with Go With Joy. The lyrics will be projected.
Now is the time in our service when we share our joys and concerns, so that no one ever has to hold them alone. If you are joining us remotely this morning, you may wish to light a candle wherever you are to mark what is in your heart. As members of the in-person congregation, place stones in the water here in the sanctuary. If those of you at home would like to share what is in your heart today in the congregational chat on the screen, please write to all attendees, and please remember that what you share will be public. Those at home may then read others' joys and concerns shared in the chat and enter into your own time of reflection and prayer as we listen to Diane play our meditation music. So I invite those in the sanctuary to come up and place stones for your joys and sorrows. Spirit of life and love that so faithfully animates our creation, we are grateful for this community that is with us in times of both joy and sorrow. We hold in our hearts this morning all who are facing any hardship or difficulty, those who are grieving or facing illness or disability in themselves, their friends, or their loved ones. In particular, this morning, we hold in our hearts and prayers all those who are victims of war and violence. For them, we light this candle. Let us take a moment of silence.
As a self-funded church, UCR relies on the generosity of its members and friends to fund the daily operations and to ensure that the church, our church, and its resources are here for us and for others now and in the future. The pledges you provide support our worship and music programs, our religious education programs, programs for members and friends, our community outreach, and connections to Unitarian Universalism. So we now invite you to support the work of UCR Reston by making your donation to the collection plate if you're here in the sanctuary, or at the link on the slide in the chat box for those of you online. Thank you for your generosity and your support of our beloved spiritual home.
I wanna feel around. grass is grown thinner. There ain't no hiding place from the Father of creation. We got one love, one love, one heart, one heart. So let's get together and feel alright. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright.
Masihlanganeni sonke sibe munye.
When my mother first came to the U.S. from the Philippines as a graduate student back in the 1950s, she had a hard time finding a place to live. This petite young woman was looked at with suspicion and was treated poorly when she did find a room. The university eventually stepped in and she was assigned to on-campus housing at a place called the Alumni Cottage. There she was placed with other women graduate students from around the world. She had finally found a place where she could feel at home. And because of that experience, once she established herself and married my father, she was asked to be a liaison for the university for other Philippine graduate students. And so, when the students came to the university, our home became a safe landing space for them. And a small Philippine community formed made of graduate students and others from the Philippines that were associated with the university. And we spent many a holiday and special occasion with this group, and our house hosted many of their gatherings. Some of these people became lifelong friends of our family. After the 1965 Immigration Act, which broadened who could immigrate to the United States, my parents acted as an immigration way station for a multitude of aunts, uncles, cousins from the Philippines who wanted to study or live in the United States. We always had someone living with us who was destined for bigger and better things once they left. And it did not occur to me till I was in high school that this was not the experience of most of my peers. We live in a very diverse country. That goes without saying, as people from all over the world, including many of my relatives, decide to move and settle here. The U.S. will soon cease to be a majority white country, and that reality scares some people. Keturah Collins gave me this pack of cards on which to base this sermon, as it's her auction sermon. They are called virtue cards. They are part of a larger virtues project, the aim of which is to cultivate those virtues which make the world a better place rather than induce fear and hatred. They looked at those virtues that could be found in the scriptures and the practices of religious and spiritual traditions worldwide, including those found in the oral traditions of Native peoples. They postulated that all children were born with the potential to cultivate these virtues that could change the world for the better. It was simply up to parents, teachers, leaders to help children cultivate these virtues. It is true from an evolutionary standpoint that children are wary of strangers, but we teach them who to be afraid of who to hate in subtle and not so subtle ways. And with the Virtues Project, the hope is that we can teach them otherwise. In the same way we can be taught to hate or fear, we can also be taught to love and respect, to have compassion and empathy for those who are different from us. All those, love, respect, compassion, empathy, all those are examples of the Virtues Project. I am, of course, not talking about all the virtues. The last time I checked the website, there was over 100 of them, but I will talk about some of them. The historian of religion, Karen Armstrong, who has written much about the history of the world's religions, both good and bad, through the centuries, was offered a TED Talk several years ago. She had recently been speaking a lot on the role of compassion in the world's religions, especially as exemplified by the Golden Rule. We used to have a poster of the Golden Rule in many of our RE classrooms, and maybe we still do, of the Golden Rule as it's articulated amongst the world religions. Anyway, she was asked by TED to give a talk on compassion. In exchange, they would contribute $100,000 for her to begin a project of her choosing. And she chose to initiate the Charter for Compassion, part of which says, compassion impels us to work tirelessly to alleviate the suffering of our fellow creatures, to dethrone ourselves from the center of our world and put another there, and to honor the inviolable sanctity of every single human being, treating everybody without exception with absolute justice, equity, and respect. Justice, compassion, and respect, 3 of the virtues. The Charter for Compassion and the attending organization have bloomed into a global project that, among other things, helped create the Charter Education Institute to help leaders in different kinds of organizations to teach and implement compassionate solutions to complex issues. Our Time for All Ages story this morning, I Am Love, a book of compassion, shows us the many ways love is made manifest. Love is being present. Love is comfort. Love is gratitude. Love is taking care of ourselves, or self-compassion. Love is creative. Love is understanding. Love is effort. Love is remembering. Love is tiny gestures. Love is connection. Understanding, creativity, kindness, gratitude, gentleness, more of the virtues. These are the ways in which love is manifest, according to the author of the book, Susan Verde. In our new Article 2 changes, these are based on values which overlap with the virtues: justice, equity, transformation, pluralism, interdependence, generosity, peace, reason, with love at the center. Justice, generosity, peace, and love overlap the virtues. There is this verse in the Christian New Testament from 1 Corinthians chapter 13. It was read at my wedding, and it was read at my nephew's funeral. If I speak in the tongues of humans and of angels, but I do not have love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers and understand all the mysteries and all the knowledge, if I have faith so as to remove mountains, but I do not have love, I am nothing. If I give away all my possessions, and if I hand over my body so that I may boast, but I do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient, love is kind. Love is not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable. It keeps no record of wrongs. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. And now faith, hope, and love remain, these 3. The greatest of these is love. Faith, hope, kindness, patience, humility, all virtues from our list. There are those who see the diversity of our country and see the vast opportunity to embrace it as a gift it is, to practice the virtues, to practice openness, kindness, compassion, acceptance, to be a place where people can land and feel safe. And there are those in our churches, in our neighborhoods, in our country, who are afraid of the reality of the changing demographics and react in fear, suspicion, and hate, who want to close borders so they do not have to see, so they can live in their bubbles of homogeneity and pretend that others don't exist. Our opening reading this morning suggests that there are no others. It said words can be some of the biggest dividers. They. What if there were no they? What if there was only us? If words could be seen as they floated out of our mouths, would we feel no shame as they passed beyond our lips? If we were to string our words on a communal clothesline, would we feel proud as our thoughts flapped in the breeze? I found that a very interesting question. If we were to string our words in a communal clothesline, would we feel proud as our thoughts flapped in the breeze? Would we see fear, hatred, exclusion, or would we see otherwise? Would we see beauty and caring, compassion, humility, kindness, mercy, love? Would we see those words and thoughts that embrace the whole of humanity and the rest of the more than human world? Or would we see something else? And would we see these words not just as words, but as actions in the world? Are we a safe harbor for those seeking home? That is up to us. Amen, and blessed be.
Our closing hymn today is number 1030, Sia Hamba, in the teal hymnal, and the words are on the back of your order of service. And some of my friends from the choir have come up here to sing the harmonies with you. If you would like to sing the melody, you're going to follow Leanne there. She'll be singing the melody. But you can pick whatever part you like. So please rise in body or spirit and join us.
Singing, we are singing in the light of God.
simplicity, find and walk the path that leads to compassion and wisdom, that leads to happiness, peace, and ease. Welcome the stranger and open your heart to a world in need of healing. Be courageous before the forces of hate. Hold and embody a vision of the common good that serves the needs of all people.
I'm too far away from the light, so I'll read here first. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Freedom and justice is the melody that let us shine on. If you feel it through the music, we can make this world a better place. Freedom and justice is the melody that let us shine on. If you feel it through the music, we can make this world a better place.
Live together, love forever. It's the only thing we can do. I'll be saying we're gonna make it through. Oh, yeah.
Freedom and justice is the melody that let us shine on. If you feel it through the music, we can make this world a better place.
Afrikan, Amerikan, de man är på Don Ben. Asian, Européen, de man är på Don Ben. Salut, salam, shalom, salut, salam, shalom. Noir ou blanc, rouge ou jaune. Nie pe bokiem, nie pe yale, nie bon. Nie pe bokiem, nie pe yale, nie sac. Nie pe bokiem, nie pe tomadama.
Freedom and justice is the melody that let us shine on. If you hear it through the music, we can make this world a better place. Freedom and justice is the melody that let us shine on. If you feel it through the music, we can make this world a better
that brings our service today to a close, and I hope that the love and joy we have shared here will go with you into your day.